What's going on, guys? How y'all doing tonight? Hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody's had a good day. Let's see who all we have. So, there's Rift, Cool Gamer, Tattooed Angel, Pat Gaines, Sassy 7, and Mr. Michigan has been a member for 3 months. Thank you, Mr. Michigan. Summer Thunder, how are y'all doing today? How is everybody doing? I tell you, it has, Pat. It's been a warm one today too. So, first thing we're going to do is I'm going to talk a little bit about the D.A.V, and then I want to go over something that I seen yesterday that really, really messed with me pretty bad. We're going to get in the house hotter that way, ain't you, Sassy? I'm just going to go over a little bit about the D.A.V, guys, since it's Veteran Tuesday. So, let me bring this up. This, make it bigger. Remove that. Hello, Erica. Can y'all see that good? Let's see. Yeah. Okay. All right. Y'all hit that thumbs up for me now. Hit the thumbs up, share, and subscribe. Do that for me, please. All right. Says the Disabled American Veterans, D.A.V, is an organization created in 1920 by World War I veterans for disabled military veterans of the United States Armed Forces that helps them and their families through various means. It was issued a federal charter by Congress in 1932, and it currently has over 1 million members. As a 501c social welfare organization, it is outside the purview of and therefore not rated by Charity Navigator. D.A.V's employer identification number is 3102631158. Formation was September 25th, 1920, 102 years ago, by Robert Max in Erlanger, Kentucky. The national commander is Joe Parzatich. National adjutant is J. Mark Burgess. We get magazines. This is the part that me and Becca is. We're D.A.V Auxiliary. Tyler, Trinity, and James is D.A.V Auxiliary Juniors. Where are we at now? The history. In the aftermath of World War I, disabled veterans in the United States found themselves seriously disadvantaged with little governmental support. Many of these veterans were blind, deaf, or mentally ill when they returned from the front lines. An astonishing 204,000 Americans in uniform were wounded during the war. The idea to form the Disabled American Veterans arose at a Christmas party in 1919 hosted by Cincinnati Superior Court Judge Robert Marks, a U.S. Army captain and a World War I veteran. He had been injured in the Moose Argonne offensive in November of 1918. Although it had been functional for some months by that time, the Disabled American Veterans was officially created September 25th, 1920, at its first national caucus in Hamilton County Memorial Hall in Cincinnati, Ohio. While touring across the U.S. as a part of the election campaign of James M. Cox, Judge Marks publicized the new organization, which quickly expanded. It held its first national convention in Detroit, Michigan on June 27th, 1920, at which time Marks was appointed the first national commander. In 1922, a women's auxiliary organization was founded. The D.A.V. continued working through the Great Depression to secure the welfare of disabled veterans. Now, the part that we are not the D.A.V. We are the D.A.V.A., Disabled Veterans Auxiliary. Let's see, where's it at? Although their efforts were troubled by fundraising challenges and the desire of the public to put the World War behind them, in the midst of these troubled years, D.A.V. was issued a federal charter by Congress on June 17, 1932. The demands of World War II required the urgent expansion of the organization, which officially changed its name to Disabled Veterans to recognize the impact of the new war. Hey, hippie grandma. In 1941, D.A.V. launched a direct mail campaign distributing idento tags, miniature license plate, which could be attached to a key ring, with instructions that lost keys should be mailed to D.A.V., who would return them to the owners. In 1944, the D.A.V. began offering a national service training program at American University in Washington. The first step of education that completed with a 2-year mentorship program in 1945. The D.A.V. expanded the idento tag program and brought the manufacturing in-house. Eventually purchasing complete ownership of the program in 1950. The program proved long-lasting and highly successful, both bringing in donations and employing veterans in manufacture. By 1952, 350 people were employed in the endeavor, which brought in over $200 million a year in donations. Meanwhile, the number of disabled veterans had been increased by the still ongoing Korean War. The D.A.V. suffered a decline in the later 1950s and into the 1960s with diminishing leadership and funds, but it rallied around the veterans of the Vietnam War and also focused heavily on working for prisoners of war and missing in action. Vietnam veterans soon filled the diminished ranks of the National Service Officers. On Veterans Day, 1966, the D.A.V. moved its headquarters to Cold Spring, Kentucky. The following year, the idento tag program was discontinued in favor of providing address labels with a request for donation. When changes in license plate practices made continuing, the idento tag program became impracticable. The D.A.V. underwent substantial change in 1993 when internal arguments concerning the governance of the organization led to a watershed selection that turned over the administration to new hands, and the National Service Program was overhauled. Hey, Amber Dawn Rising. Where we at? In 1998, the D.A.V. National Adjutant Arthur Wilson joined the philanthropist Lois Pope, and for Secretary for Veterans Affairs Jesse Brown to push for congressional authorization of the American Veteran Disabled for Life Memorial. By the time fundraising was complete in 2010, the D.A.V. and its affiliates had raised more than $10 million for the memorial. Dedication of the memorial took place on October 5th, 2014. D.A.V. headquarters moved to Erlanger, Kentucky in 2021. The new headquarters is visible from I-71, I-75, and I-275 interstate interchanges and brings greater awareness to their free service and support for America's injured and ill veterans. All right, guys, that's the part I wanted to tell you about on that. That's what me and Becca are part of now. And Tyler and Trinity and James are D.A.V. Auxiliary Juniors. Now, the other part that I wanted to bring up is something that really, really concerns me. Is if I can find his name. Let's see if this is what I'm looking for. Okay, guys. Thank you. That's got all three of my channels in it. It's got White Trash, it's got We the People, and it's got the Freebirds in it. The stars are We the People, White Trash around it, and the Freebird dead center. And Ghost Devil made that. He made Becca one that's got the rainbow stars. All right, guys, and I'm sure most of you have, but have you seen the story about the dad in Ohio that unalived his three sons? Has anybody seen that? If you have, put a one in chat. Yes, guys, I need one more sub to make it to 1550. All right. And I'm sure then y'all have seen the arrest where they arrested him. This happened days ago. I think 4 to 5 days ago. When I seen this, guys, this hurt me so Man, I sat here and started crying last night. And it's not just, I don't know why, because I heard that Leilani unalived little Quentin. Just, I don't know why this one hit so hard. Maybe because it was boys. I really don't know. But the way I understand it, and if I'm wrong, someone correct me, but he actually took them out in the front yard, made them kneel in front of him, and done it execution style. What the fuck is wrong with people today? I would, guys, and I'm a nice guy, but I swear to God, if I'd have seen him do that or heard of him do that, I would have went to prison myself, because I would have killed him right on the spot. This is so sickening, the way these people are doing these days. All right, now some of this part it's blurred out, and I'll stop it every few minutes, or I'll try and fast forward it, because it still has the boys landing in the front yard when they pick him up. It is blacked out though, so we'll go ahead and we'll watch this. And all right, here we go. Put a warning chat if you can hear it when I start it.
Where's he at?
Here. He's shooter's on the porch.
Get him right here.
Right here. Legs.
You got him on the porch.
We've asked. That's the last place we've been told.
You show me your hands now! Stand up and walk towards us! Stand up now! Walk towards us! Stand up with your hands up!
We got a visual in the mail. Not showing his hands, not following commands.
Stand up now!
I'm not showing hands or following commands. His name is Chad Dorman. Chad Dorman.
I know, but we can't.
People need first aid, and he's not complying. You know, he's a shooter. Shoot him.
You gotta find cover first. We ain't no good if we ain't safe ourselves. Hey, no. We need to come from this side where we can see them. Don't take cover behind her.
I love HoneyBook. It handles everything, proposals, contracts, payments, everything I need on one platform.
We see them. We're going to approach from this side. We got cover. Right here.
6 covered, 29 and 63 is type that.
We're not right now.
All right, guys. What now? When they go past this trailer, this little pup trailer, that's when you see a little black square come up on the screen, and I think that's where the boys are. I'm not for sure, but it is a black screen. But look how calm he acts when they arrest him for this.
Show us your fucking hands now! Stand up! Stand up! Stand up! Stand up now! Stand up! Stand the fuck up!
EMS, the stage and air clear is going to go ahead and fly whenever any units can advise.
Get your hands up here. Tell me 21. It's in the air.
Those guys can confirm that there's people that need first aid, and that's the shooter. He's not complying. They need to take care of the
I got it.
victims. They have to shoot him and shoot him.
Man, I ain't trying to hurt nobody. We're completely sober. Never did drugs a day
63,
in my
we're
life.
21. Get the EMS over here.
Well,
Now, did you hear this man? He said, I'm completely sober. I'm completely sane. I'm not going to harm nobody. The fuck did you just do?
I did drugs when I was little, but I don't do drugs now. I'm sober. I'm not trying to fight you. Yellen,
63.
get your butt inside. Yellen, get your butt inside.
We on primary?
Now.
29, we got 3 kids down.
3 kids down, 16 kids up.
Yellen.
63, we're 21.
Knock
Have
it off.
EMS respond over here.
You're clear, they're being advised.
Robert 34, just start a mass casualty response.
63, do you want them to respond to the Laurel Lindale address? Where exactly do you need them?
We're right in the front yard. What are you doing, man?
Hey, are you copying all this?
Can I roll over? I ain't gonna hurt you. I ain't gonna hurt
You
nobody.
got anything on you?
No, I ain't got nothing, man. Phone, that's it. I ain't mad. I ain't nothing.
He ain't mad. He ain't going to hurt nobody. He's not drunk. You're a piece of shit's what you are.
Just make sure that dog don't come out. I don't think he'll bite you. Just don't reach for him and try to grab him and pet him.
All right.
He won't bite you.
What's going on, man?
Nothing. Can I stand up? It's kind of uncomfortable.
I'm going to
I
get
ain't
you
gonna
here
do
in a
nothing. I ain't running
second.
away. You can do whatever you want with me.
That cop asked him a question. And he said, nothing. Can I get up? Like it's not a care in the world. Welcome, Lori Shortleg. I think I said that a few minutes ago,
Here.
but I didn't.
You the only one else inside the house?
What?
You the only one else inside the house?
Yep.
Sit down right here.
My daughter, she ran over to the fire department.
Sit down.
It's my stepdaughter.
Put him in the cage.
This is real.
All right.
This is real.
That's all I'm going to show, guys, because the rest of it's just them talking. But you know, guys, this let's see, where was it at? This one right here. Hold on a minute, guys. Let me get it up there. This is him in court a couple of days ago.
In the meantime, before we go to a quick commercial break, we have one more very, very tragic story we want to bring to you.
Can y'all hear that? I know it's low.
Out of Ohio. Take a look at this. This is what we know. An Ohio man there, you can see, accused of fatally shooting his 3 young sons. Well, he admitted to planning the killings, and he lined them up before executing them with a rifle, according to prosecutors. So let's get into more.
Also, hey, Jennifer B., these boys were 3, 4, and 7. And this grown-ass adult man took them out in the yard, set them on their knees, and shot them execution style. One of them tried to run, and I think they said that the dad found him in the field and drug him back and shot him. Guys, now, you know, on my other channel, I talk about cops that do bad things. And I talk about cops that do good things. So let me make that straight. But if I was a cop, when I put him in that vehicle, I would have banged his head on the roof of that car or the part getting in the car. I probably would have lost my job. And I hope when this man goes to prison, he gets everything he deserves. And if he doesn't get the death penalty, he should when he goes into population. No, they cannot unsee what they saw. All right, guys, here you go.
More of what we know. His name is Chad Dorman, 32 years old. He's also accused of wounding the boy's mother at the family's home. He's been charged with aggravated murder. Clermont County's chief prosecutor of municipal court, David Gass, said during his arraignment today that one of the boys tried to flee into a nearby field, but Dorman hunted his son down and brought him back to their home before killing him. This is a horrible story.
Wait a minute, I didn't hear that
His
part.
bail has been set at $20 million. One of the boys tried to flee into a nearby field, but Dorman hunted his son down and brought him back to their home before killing him. This is a horrible story. His bail has been set at $20 million. He's being held in the Clermont County Jail. Deputies responded to the home. This was in Monroe Township, Ohio, shortly before 4:30 p.m. yesterday after receiving a pair of 911 calls. One, apparently from the mother who was screaming that, quote, her babies had been shot, and another from a passing motorist who said a girl was running down the street saying her father was killing people. This is according to a news release from the Clermont County Sheriff's Office. The deputies found 3 boys.
No, she was crying for her kids. That was the mom in the background.
The home with gunshot wounds and tried to save their lives, but
he
the
took
children
my life
at the scene. And so the boys' names have not yet been released. And the sheriff's office said the 34-year-old mother, who was not identified, was outside the home and had also suffered a gunshot wound to the hand. She was transported to a hospital with injuries that did not appear to be life-threatening. Well, he was found, Chad Dorman, the suspect, 32 years old, sitting on a stoop at the home and was taken into custody without incident. He was arraigned on 3 counts of aggravated murder today. So we just wanted to get that headline in there. Very, very difficult to read. Out of Monroe County in Ohio, that suspect there.
All right. Let me go find this other one. This was one day ago.
Wow, haha, I want that treasure. How can I get it? Let me get some water.
Dude was an asshole.
Richard Kincannon tells me Chad Dorman had a temper. He told me he witnessed him often treating his wife and kids poorly.
You felt like he was just angry, generally speaking.
He was every day. Heard him. There wasn't a day he didn't yell at his wife and kids out there.
What would he yell?
All kinds of shit. He was just angry, yelling at her all the time, treating her like.
Police arrested Dorman Thursday after he allegedly shot his wife in the hand, then systematically killed each of his young sons. Their dead bodies laid in the yard.
So when you look at that house now, what do you see?
You honestly want to know?
Yeah, I do.
I still see the babies sitting in the yard, laying in the yard. One was right there by the tree, right by the road, not even 20 feet from the road right there. This is where that dude laid him. Laid the one up there right beside that silver truck. to the left of the tire, about 5 foot. That's all I see every time I come out here. That's why I try to look at that, focus on that.
A tent now covers a memorial of candles, cars, and cuddle toys. Kincannon tells me he's struggled to eat or sleep since the murders. He watched Chad Dorman cry at his arraignment and had no compassion for him whatsoever.
He knew what he was doing.
Look at that fake
He
ass
planned it. It
crying.
was premeditated. He shouldn't have a bond. He should never see daylight again, ever in his life.
He's angry and he snapped.
And I think they should enter.
All right. There was one in here that, yeah.
48 hours after a father confesses to murdering his 3 sons, we are hearing from Chad Dorman's father tonight. A judge set Chad Dorman's bond at $20 million, which is the highest bond ever set by prosecutors. Chad's father, Keith, spoke to me on the phone tonight, who says he is angry at his son, but at the same time is defending his son's character and feels something bad happened to him.
They won't let you talk to your son?
Keith Dorman, now living in Florida, said he came back to Ohio Thursday night after he found out what happened that day on Laurel Lindale Road in Monroe Township, but said he's not allowed to talk to his son. Chad Dorman confessed to shooting and killing his 3 sons execution style. Chad's father tells us this is completely out of character for Chad, saying his son isn't violent. I don't know what went on in his personal life. It's a shocker to us we didn't see it coming. He just snapped. I could tell in his eyes he's hollow inside. That wasn't Chad standing at the arraignment. I mean, that was not him. Contrary to what the elder Dorman said, this is what Assistant Claremont County Prosecutor David Gast said in court Friday.
We know that one of the boys was able to flee into a field near the home. And again, we know from his admission, father hunted that boy down, drug him back to the property, and executed him in front of witnesses.
On Friday, we found out prosecutors charged Chad Dorman with domestic violence in 2010 for allegedly choking his father, but authorities dropped the charge. Keith Dorman told me he can't figure out why his son would have done this. A lot of stuff out there that could make you flip, and I don't think there's enough research on that, alluding to the possibility his son Chad could be suffering from mental illness, but also said, I don't know if it was financial. I don't know if it was marital. I don't know if it's work-related. I don't know. Keith defended his son, saying he was a good kid and a good father, but said, I don't want nobody to badmouth him because this is a terrible thing he did, and I'm angry at him for it, but there's something deeper inside. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's pure evil. It is pure evil. It is a piece of shit. And guys, I'm sorry if people get mad, but I don't care if he had mental illness. Do not take it out on a child. Do not take it out on your wife. You are a piece of shit in my book if you raise your hand to a woman or raise your hand to a child. You should be locked up, wait for your death sentence, and then throw away the key. Hey, Rift, they should. I just hope that when they put him in population, I hope that the police officers tell him what he done, and I'm sure it's on the news anyway. But you got people out here doing that to children. And there's families out here that can't have children that would give their left nut or left tit to have a child. Yet you got pieces of shit like that out here that bring beautiful children into this world and then do what he done. I think there should be a special kind of judgment for anybody that harms a child in any way. There should be a special law that just takes them out. You'll have to get some new wings, Jennifer. He didn't, Becky. He shot him in the back of the head, execution style. But still, how could you do that knowing that that's your child that you brought into this world? That's the child that looked at you and said, I love you, Daddy. Oh, Sub-Zero. Yeah, if you just got here, Becky, he took them out. His fake crocodile tears, exactly, Grunt. But if you just now got here, Becky, he took them out in the yard, made them kneel in front of him. A 3-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 7-year-old. And shot him back of the head. Now, one of them got up and run, and he went and hunted him down and brought him back, like you heard that gentleman say. And shot him. And there was a couple coaches on there that said the 3-year-old, was it the 3-year-old? It might have been the 4-year-old and the 7-year-old. Hey, Sub-Zero. And said that they were great in baseball, that they were going to be something when they got older. Yes, welcome, Grunt. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. Welcome to the channel. But said that they were going to be somebody. And they are now. They're God's little angels now. And they don't have to worry about that man ever hurting them again. But now they get to watch and hopefully intervene and help what's going to happen to their daddy. Guys, I try not to be mean. I try and be calm and stuff like that. But when it comes to kids, man, you have no right. What gives him the right to decide whether his children live or die? You brought them into this world. Now it's your job to take care of them until it's time for them to go home. It's not your decision. Oh, Becky, yeah. That's why I said that there should be laws, extreme laws for people that do that. You know, I've been in places and I've seen a lot of pieces of shit come in that do domestic violence against their kids. And this is just in the city jails. And they don't fare too well in city jails. Can you imagine what they do in prisons to ones that what he done to his parents? Well, they said that you heard that guy say that he was mean every day to him, angry every day at him. Yeah, it means in the back of the head, Lori. But he was always mean to his wife and kids. And there was one story, I had to find it again, but it said that he'd done this to get back at his wife. What the fuck, dude? You're going to do this to get back at your wife. Your kids had nothing to do with what your wife done if she did anything, but you're going to use your kids to prove a point to her? Well, I hope they use your fucking head, neck, ass, mouth, whatever to prove a point in prison. Because you're going to be pulling somebody's pocket until they decide to make you a Chinese necktie. I don't know what it was that he was making her pay for, but those were your kids too. So you're going to sit here and tell me you're going to make your wife pay for something, or you're going to make your kids pay for something your wife done? I wouldn't even want to imagine how scared them boys were. If he done that, Grunt, he probably thought that would be a coward's way out. But he should have done it anyway. Either that or he was too afraid to do it himself. Hello, Wild Angel. Because if he was thinking about doing it to himself, he would have held that gun when the police come up. No. No, it ain't no man, that's for sure. But I seen that pop up in my news feed last night, guys. And I seen them little boys. And it just, man, I broke down in tears. I was sitting here, Yeah, they probably trusted him when that happened. I was talking about my tears when I was sitting here reading that last night or watching the video. Yeah, it was. I don't know if it was split personality, but it was strange how he calmly spoke to the police officers. Well, I'm not going to hurt you or anything. It just irritates me, guys. I don't mean to. I know who you're talking about. Sorry, guys. I ain't very talkative. I'm tired. It was a long, hot, sweaty day. He had to have planned it. He had to have planned it. Which I think one of them. I think the prosecuting attorney said that he had planned it. Not quite for sure, though. But guys, I ain't gonna be on here long because I'm getting ready to get off here. He planned it for quite a while. I was wondering the same thing, Laura. I was wondering if he was too. It's just I don't know. I hope not either. I really do. But guys, I know Becca, are you going live tonight? Guys, I think she's going live tonight. I don't know for sure. I think she is at 10:30. But now tomorrow, tune in. Yes, I'm going live. Yes, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The topic is bipolar. It is upsetting. Yeah, they do, Lori. They really do. But guys, if you want to tune in tomorrow, because I got something I want to talk about with the Summer Wells case. Just some things that I've been looking at and wondering. So if you want to, come on in, check it out. Well, it's basically one thing, but we're going to talk about it for a bit because it blows my mind. It really does blow my mind. But guys, hit that like, share, and subscribe for me. Comment down below in the comments after the show, the replay gang, if you want to. But I will be live tomorrow after work. It will be about Summer Wells. And Candace. And some lies that may be a possibility. I don't know. Just something that's been going through my head ever since I've seen something. But guys, thank you for coming in. I know it was a short one. Like I said, it's just I'm tired. It's hot. It's muggy. Can you give me a little bit on that, Jennifer? Because I'm trying to work with something and get something that hopefully y'all like. That's fine. You're fine, Lori. Hopefully y'all will like it. It's a friend of mine from a long time ago that I kept in touch with. And he's a pretty famous singer. So if I can get him to come over, then that'll be awesome. I have sent him messages, but he's busy right now, working, going to his gigs and everything, and his shows that he does. So hopefully that'll be coming through soon. But I'll let you know tomorrow or Thursday. And if it does, hopefully y'all love it. But again, guys, like I said, it's hot. I'm tired. It was just a real long day at work, even though it wasn't exactly a long day. It seemed like it was long. So guys, thank you for everything you do. I appreciate you. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be up here doing this. So it's really not me, it's y'all. Y'all are the best. I love each and every one of y'all. Thank you for being a part of the channel. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you want to. It's not necessary. If you'd like to help the channel grow, you can do so in the Cash App. That is not necessary. The only necessity is hopefully y'all come in here, have a good time, and enjoy the show. And enjoy the company here. Oh, I'm going to. I ain't even going to wait on Becky to come to bed tonight. I'm just going to go on to sleep. But thank y'all for coming in here. I got the fan in the window. Yes. But thank y'all for coming in here. Thank you for everything that y'all do for me and for Becca and the Tattooed family here. Hey, Beachy, I didn't even see you. I'm sorry if you was in here and I didn't see your name. Thank you, Beachy. But y'all have a good one. I will see you tomorrow. So y'all please check it out tomorrow. I love each and every one of you. And remember to stay free and be the best free bird that you can be. I love each and every one of you. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all stay out of trouble and peace. Love you.